Is this the worst trilogy ever? These scenes seem to suggest so. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 worst scenes from the 50 Shades series.
Punish me. Show me how bad it can be. I want you to show me the worst.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're taking a look at the dumbest and most cringe-worthy moments from this critically panned film franchise.
The dominant and submissive agree and acknowledge that all that occurs under the terms of this contract will be consensual.
Number 10, Mr. Grey Will See You Now, 50 Shades of Grey.
Mr. Grey will see you now.
This series establishes up front that it's going to be anything but subtle, as Anastasia Steele arrives at an elongated building to interview billionaire Christian Grey. Anna is covering for her ill roommate, who apparently didn't think to ask another journalist student to fill in.
Anna, take my card.
I gave her the recorder, right? Oh, yes.
Making her way through an office full of fembots, Anna is introduced to the intense Mr. Grey right after a Gerald Ford moment. Following some uncomfortable questions, Christian asks Anna about herself. Anna makes herself out to be dumpy and unflattering when she's clearly gorgeous enough to be on a magazine cover. The writers neglected to give Anna a personality, however, which makes Christian's instant obsession with her all the more questionable.
I hope you got everything you needed.
I think you only answered 4 questions.
Number 9, The Car Chase, 50 Shades Freed.
We've lost Taylor and Sawyer.
Slackers. I'm a race car driver.
As Anna and Christian are pursued by a mysterious driver, the film forgets that it's supposed to be an erotic drama and instead becomes a commercial for the Audi R8. Seriously, everything from the cinematography to the music feels like an ad. What's even more inexplicable is that this car chase takes place on a freeway in Seattle, which is notorious for having some of the worst gridlock in the US. Yet Anna is able to speed through without hitting any bad traffic.
Good work.
Speaking of which, when did Anna become Vin Diesel? Anyway, they lose the other vehicle and engage in some highly unsatisfying car sex. Number 8, Ice Cream Spooning, 50 Shades Freed.
You want to talk about it?
I've already talked to a pint of ice cream about it.
Audi isn't the only shameless product placement on display in 50 Shades Freed. Anna and Christian also indulge in a four-way with, well, Ben and Jerry.
I'm so sorry.
Just when you thought their love-making sessions couldn't possibly get any sillier, the couple incorporates a little ice cream to paradoxically heat things up. We guess that's what they meant by having a vanilla relationship.
You wanna, what do you call it? A vanilla relationship?
Their sex act is beyond ridiculous, as Anna covers Christian with the cold, sticky ice cream and sensual licking ensues. We're not sure what the writers were thinking, but all they did was make us lose our appetite. As far as food sex goes, the orgy from Sausage Party was more stimulating than this. Number 7, Christian punishes Anna, 50 Shades of Grey.
I need you to show me what you want to do to me.
Christian keeps describing himself as a tortured and sadistic soul, claiming he needs to punish his sexual partners. Intimidated but still curious, Anna asks Christian to punish her so she can see him at his worst.
It's the only way I can understand.
They retreat to the playroom, where naked Anna consensually bends over and Christian whips her butt 6 times.
I'm gonna hit you 6 times. And you're gonna count with me.
Is that it? Don't get us wrong, Christian still comes off as abusive and his actions are unpleasant to watch, but we were expecting something a bit more shocking and graphic after so much build-up. Finally realizing that Christian might not be boyfriend material, Anna is encouraged to walk out on him, at least until the next movie.
Anna.
Don't come near me.
Number 6, Anna loses her virginity, 50 Shades of Grey.
Because I haven't.
One of the biggest criticisms regarding the 50 Shades series is that the people involved seem to have little understanding of how BDSM works. What's just as insulting is that they can't even depict basic sex in a believable manner. Before consummating their relationship, Anna confesses that she's a virgin, which both Christian and the audience have a hard time believing.
You're still a virgin?
For someone who's supposed to be sexually repressed, Anna finds her bearings quite quickly as her and Christian partake in the first of many underwhelming sex scenes. We can't speak for everyone, but typically a person's first time is a lot more awkward than this, especially when it's with someone you barely know. Number 5. Jack takes Christian's sister hostage. 50 Shades Freed.
If you want to see your sister-in-law, again, get me $5 million by 1 p.m.
Anna isn't exactly known for her wise decision-making skills, but this sequence throws all common sense out the window. When the sinister Jack Hyde takes Christian's sister hostage, he orders Anna to deliver a $5 million ransom.
Jesus, Jack, please.
Keep your phone with you.
No, let me talk to Mia.
You'd think that Anna would call the cops, her personal security team, or even Christian at the very least. Instead, she collects the money and goes after Jack alone, putting both herself and her unborn child in jeopardy. Luckily for Anna, Jack isn't the mastermind he makes himself out to be.
Enough.
Anna actually slips a gun past him and he goes down with one shot. How can somebody be so crafty and so incompetent at the same time?
Anna, can you hear me?
Number 4. Benoit Balls. 50 Shades Darker.
You're just gonna stand there gawking.
Another major issue audiences have with the 50 Shades series is that the filmmakers can never pick a tone. Are these movies supposed to be genuinely arousing or playfully self-aware? This scene in particular is one of the most tonally confused in the entire franchise. As Anna looks for something sexy to wear, Christian offers her a set of Benoit balls.
Tonight might be more stimulating. Who are these?
How am I supposed to wear those?
Anna makes it clear up front that she's not okay with Christian shoving the balls up her butt, although she's perfectly fine with inserting them into her vagina.
No, you're not putting those in my butt.
They don't go in your butt.
We can't tell if this scene was intended to be sexy or humorous. All we know is that it's weird, and not in a good way.
How's it feel?
Weird. But good.
Number 3. The Playroom. 50 Shades of Grey.
It's just beyond this door.
What is?
My playroom.
As Anna grows closer to Christian, he decides to show her his playroom, which she assumes is where Mr. Grey keeps his Xbox.
Like your Xbox and stuff?
Ha ha. Actually, this red room is where Christian stocks up on BDSM equipment. Christian tries to explain what a dominant is, getting a surprisingly understated response out of Anna.
What does that mean?
It means I want you to willingly surrender yourself to me.
Why would I do that?
But the sex dungeon is visually interesting, and we can't help but get a bit intrigued at the thought of all the kinky sexcapades bound to take place there. Unfortunately, this scene turns out to be a tease, as the playroom ultimately sees very little action, and whatever action it does see comes off as restrained.
What would I get out of this?
Me.
Number 2. The Contract. 50 Shades of Grey.
I've done this before. Business meetings, I mean.
Before 50 Shades of Grey even hit theaters, it was being hyped as the wildest erotic drama in decades. And what did we get when it finally came out? A lot of conversations about contracts.
Page 3, section 1520. The submissive shall submit to any sexual activity demanded by the dominant and shall do so without hesitation or argument.
Much of the runtime is dedicated to Christian trying to convince Anna to sign a document that'll make her his submissive. This subplot reaches the pinnacle of boring when Anna and Christian have a business meeting to read through the contract.
What are butt plugs?
We're not sure what's more absurd, that Anna can't figure out what butt plugs are, or that Christian has so much free time on his hands. Seriously, the guy's a billionaire, and we barely see him do any work.
My staff know only what I choose to tell them.
Before we get to our top pick, here are a few dishonorable mentions.
If you want this job, I suggest you stop making eyes at my husband and keep your hands to yourself. I don't even understand your need to dominate.
I'm not a dominant. I'm not. The right term is a sadist. You don't know what's right for me. You taught me how to f***, Elena. Anna taught me how to love.
She's just the next one in line. Get out of my house.
Number 1. That ending. 50 Shades Freed.
Anna, I want to have this baby with you. I was just scared.
50 Shades Freed has one of the most forced happy endings of modern cinema. Although Jack kicks Anna in the stomach, her unborn baby is completely unharmed. If you think that's ludicrous, get a load of this. Just like that, Christian decides that he's ready to be a family man. This is a guy who described himself as a sadist and abandoned his wife after learning she was pregnant.
We'll just figure it out.
I'm not ready to figure it out.
But hey, that doesn't mean he can't turn over a new leaf on the spot, right? The final moments find the couple frolicking with their young son without a care in the world. Yeah, because that's clearly what the series was working towards. Yeesh.
I'm free as a bird when I'm flying in your cage. I'm diving in deep and I'm riding with no brakes.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.